What's up, guys? Thought I would do a video today on budget knives. And knives can be so expensive these days, and there are knives that I think are worth every bit of what they charge, and I have some of them. I mean, I'll pay a couple $100, $100 for a really nice quality knife. But in this day and age, you know, the way things are going right now, we're all struggling, and it's harder to justify spending as much on things like knives and guns and just, you know, whatever. But so I thought I would give you guys a lineup of some of my budget fixed blades, and some of them you've never seen before on my channel, and not that many reviews on YouTube. So hopefully some guys will get some good ideas here. But in my opinion, guys, full flat grind is one of the best grinds available. And a lot of people love the SEs and the Becker line of K-bars, the BKs, and, you know, definitely some sweet knives there. But this is a knife by Kershaw that is a full flat grind, and it comes with a decent quality leather sheath that serves its purpose. It's got a belt loop, it's got a button retention, and three-piece leather construction. And it's a full flat grind. This one is the 8CR 13 MOV steel, and I've convexed the edge on this one. Come on, focus. Sorry, but I've fully convexed the edge on this one and rounded off the shoulders, and it cuts like a dream now. The ergos on the handle are great. It's got basically, you know, full finger grips. I don't know if you'd call them all choils or not. And then the back one kind of hangs out a little bit, giving you a nice retention. I'm not sure about the tang, so I don't want to tell anybody wrong. I couldn't find any x-ray images on this one. But it's got some texturing along the handle, along with the Kershaw label, giving you nice, comfortable grips. And then the tops and the bottoms are actually smooth. But, you know, $20, $25 knife. Might find it even cheaper if you shop around a little bit. It's got jimping on the top. Just a really nice all-around good knife. You know, don't know if that would be the one and only knife you would want to have. Like I said, I don't know what the tang's doing. But great budget knife. You know, anybody could go out and afford. Next, I'll show you a good knife for self-defense carry only. I wouldn't recommend it for wood cutting or bushcraft or anything like that. But if you do carry a knife for a backup, you know, this is a sweet little knife. This is the CRKT Triumph neck knife, and it's a Pat Crawford design, and I love custom designs. And you know, CRKT has average quality for what they are. I didn't like the wrap that came on this one. It comes fully paracord wrapped. So I just did a simple little thing here that I thought looked kind of good. And, you know, again, sort of the same design as that last one as far as the choils everywhere. I don't know if you'd call them all choils or just full finger grip or whatever, but it has really good ergos, as most custom knives would. It's got jimping along this ramp on the top, which make for a real comfortable top grip. And, you know, it weighs very little with all the skeletonized holes everywhere. And it's a Tonto recurve. Haven't sharpened that yet. That probably won't be the easiest knife to sharpen, but, you know, for the size that it is, it's just a great neck knife, carry knife. I put all kinds of paracord all over the sheath and a little neck lanyard to be able to neck carry. And it really doesn't print that badly because it is so small. And it's just real comfortable, guys. And this knife's about 30 bucks. So there's another good value knife. I'll put them all up here at the end for size comparison for you. But this is the Mora Bushcraft Triflex. I've had this in several other vids. This is about a $30 knife. It's got a Scandi grind. absolutely excellent handle, great ergonomics. It's got some, texturing here, 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 and a choil, and sort of a, I guess you'd call that a half guard maybe. But it's a really comfortable, great all-around bushcraft survival carving knife. And there's x-rays of these online. The tang comes to about halfway. So, these are definitely, I've seen people baton small logs with them, but not something I would do. Anyway, great sheath as well. It's sort of like Kydex. It's a hard plastic. It's got a drain hole on the bottom. And I've put a little neck lanyard on there. It's got a belt loop that swings around this way when you want to use it. And easily tucks out of the way when you're net carrying. So that's a great quality budget knife. The Mora carving knives are very inexpensive. That's about a $20 knife. This is the Condor Bush Lore, which a lot of people have. I've got it in a SOG seal pup sheath that I cut the bottom off of and then heated up in the oven and fixed it for my bushcraft knife here, my Bush Lore. Excellent retention. Not going anywhere upside down. That's without the strap, the button strap even. So that worked out well. The sheath, though, is almost as heavy as the knife with all this extra crap. They've got this hang down on here for the seal pup. So it's kind of a heavy sheath, but, it works. But the Bush Lore is a great value knife, guys. You can get these for about $25. And they're made by Condor, and they're made in El Salvador. Now, Condor was a German company, and I don't know if they're German-owned now still or not, but they moved all this German knife-making, steel-working equipment down to El Salvador there, and they put out just excellent quality budget knives. The handles are described as walnut-like hardwoods, and they come pretty roughly finished. I put a tung oil finish on this. It's kind of fun to get it in and sand it down to where you want it and then finish it yourself. And it comes with sort of a two-tone. This is 1080 high carbon, which is just a step below 1095. It's not going to be quite as good on performance, but I'll tell you, they do a great tempering job. And the hardening is great. It holds its edge well. They come with a pretty crappy edge as well. So I wouldn't recommend this one to people that don't sharpen and maintain their own edges. Whereas a Mora, the Mora Triflex is going to come pretty much razor sharp right out of the box from my experience. The Condors come with a Scandi grind, but it's typically usually convexed or hollow here and there. And you really have to get it nice yourself. What I've gone through with this knife was first I put a full Scandi on it and flattened out the convexing. And then when I got into convex sharpening, I've now fully convexed it again. So this one hasn't been used much. You can see how clean that edge is. And it's just scary sharp. Scary sharp. You can see those rounded off shoulders. A little dirt on the edge there. There you go. But a great value knife. If you do maintain your own knives, it's sort of a project for you when you get it in. You got to put an edge on it and you got to fix the handles. But the sheath, for what it is, it's a leather sheath. It's nice. I just thought I would do this as a fun project, remolding Kydex, because I had traded this SOG seal pup long ago, but thought it would work well for this project, so I kept the sheath when I had traded and went that route. This is a little bit different, guys. This is a Buck Nighthawk, and this knife is just a beast. For me, if I'm in a shit hits the fan survival situation, I'm sort of changed my school of thought over the years. I thought this was the bee's knees and your K-bars were the shit. This, in my opinion, is just too thick. This thing is, I think, 1/4 inch thick. And just to give you an example of size-wise here, but I put a paint job on there if you're wondering. That's also not a good idea for knives. It hurts the cutting performance big time. But set that down for a second. Here's my Condor. And yeah, look at that. So this knife is sort of one of those sharpened pry bars. There was a knife torturing channel on YouTube, if any of you guys happen to used to watch it. Noss was the guy's channel, Noss. And I don't know where he went, but all his videos are gone. And he had a test on this knife, and you know, he couldn't hardly break it. He would take knives, guys, to the breaking point, whether it was hammering them into cinder blocks or putting them in a lead pipe and batoning through it with another pipe. I mean, he was brutal until they broke. And this knife, you look at it and you think maybe it's not full tang because it's got the rubber and the polymer and stuff all over it. When he broke the handle, this 1/4 inch thick steel definitely runs all the way down to here. And when this plastic breaks off, you're still able to have a hammering steel surface underneath. And his handle never did come apart. I mean, you know, like I said, the polymer plastic broke off, but the knife was totally still usable. And it was just a brutal, brutal test. He would hammer them into cinder blocks and everything else. And this knife's $40 or so. Sorry about the camera there. That might work even better, actually. But, yeah, this knife is very inexpensive for what it is. I mean, it's a beast of a knife. It's a big blade. I'm going to set you back up here, and we'll do some size comparisons real quick before this budget knife video gets too long. This is more of a large knife, like I said, but you know, some people still like a big, thick, sharpened pry bar, and they want something that they feel like won't fail them. And for me, guys, for the money, you can't beat that one right there. Mora, just a little shorter blade, about the same on the handle. The Kershaw is about almost identical to the Mora. The Condor is about identical to the Buck Nighthawk. I'm going to pick the camera up for you. And the Necker is, of course, nice and tidy, nice and small. And then the carving knife, which really doesn't even fit. It really belongs in its own category, but I like it, and I thought I would throw it in there because it is a good budget knife. If you want a carving knife, they're expensive as all get out. Get a $20 Mora to start out. But yeah, you can see some of the size differences there, just to give you an idea of the knives we're talking about. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps somebody decide on what they might want to go purchase. And all good knives, in my opinion. Some of them great. So anybody has any questions, get at me. Thanks for watching, and please sub.